Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. Tonight we have got a big one. So on Saturday, Nottingham Forest, struggling against relegation, will take on title contenders Nottingham Forest. How are we doing, guys? We've got Phil, Nottingham Forest fan.
You seem to say Nottingham Forest a lot, Bushy.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, come on, you know it.
Are you confident?
Absolutely, all day long, mate. They're just
Fair enough.
they're just a knockoff. They're just a knockoff red team, aren't they? That's all they are. Let's face it. They just want to be like us.
Okay. And we've got Mers, who is Arsenal fan, who are challenging for the title. So this should be a foregone conclusion, shouldn't it?
Well, going by your intro there, Nottingham Forest are relegation candidates and title candidates, you said there, playing against each other. I don't know how Forest are playing against themselves. Is it the A team versus the B team or something? But no, it's actually Arsenal.
We're that good, mate. It's because we're that good. We're battling relegation and we're top of the table, mate.
It's GH logic.
It's logic again.
I'm blaming the man flu. I'm unwell, so we're going to blame the man flu on that one. So, looking at the head-to-head, this takes us, where does this take us to? From 2016, the games are 1-7 for Arsenal, 1 draw, and 3 Nottingham Forest wins. Currently, Nottingham Forest stands 17th in the table, where Arsenal stand in first, winning 15 games, drawing 4, losing 2. Games per match, goals per match, not even games, 1.9. Whereas Nottingham Forest have only got 1. Nottingham Forest have lost 12 games already this season, drawn 3, and only won 6 games. So I'll start with you both. Who's the favourites going into the game?
Arsenal, clearly.
Well, I think that's obvious. The favourites are going to be Arsenal, aren't they?
They are.
They're sitting pretty in the top. It's amazing where money can put you in the table, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
what happens when you stay in the Premier League for so long.
They've got no quality players, have they? Let's face it. They're all just
Forest, yeah, I definitely admit Forest don't have any quality players.
You know I'm not talking about Forest.
Well, you must be.
No.
Well, we ooze quality at Arsenal.
You ooze bullshit. You like I tell you what you like. You like the Tory party. You just sit there and think you're entitled to it. Think that you should have it always. Oh, it should be always us. But guess what? You fucking bottle it all the time. And that's because you're shit with your shit manager and your shit players and your shit stadium and your shit fans.
Guys, and put the gloves back on for now. So the next bit, I'm going to ask you, who's got the best fan base? I'll start with you, Phil. Who do you think's got the best fan base?
Okay. I'm going to talk about this a lot tonight because it just oozes what Arsenal's all about. Arsenal have money, okay? Arsenal spend money. Arsenal show people that they're Arsenal with money, and that's all they do, okay? Forest have homegrown fans, okay? The city of Nottingham, 2 massive football clubs in Nottingham, completely divided, either Forest or County. Yeah? You've got Arsenal sat there in London, not even named after a town in London. It's just, we'll call ourselves Arsenal, yeah? Because you're arses, yeah? You take the piss out of fucking everybody because you're just fucking Arsenal, all right? We have fans that they're just patriotic, yeah? We have fans that are Nottingham born and bred, yeah? And that's what it's about. It's grassroots football. It's that fan camaraderie, everything to do with the fans. And that's what Forest is, yeah? Forest is all about the fans. It's not about the big bucks. It's not about, we'll get ourselves a deal in Saudi Arabia somewhere. We're not bothered about that. We're bothered about the fans. We're bothered about that homegrown fans, and that's why week in, week out, we sell out that small stadium to the point where we've got to now, expand because we're selling out all the time. The season ticket list, you're talking 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Only 10 years. Wow, that is shocking.
Here we go. Yeah. Arsenal
are you accepting that?
All I'm hearing is jealousy, basically. Jealousy of being small club mentality.
Right, let Mers have his say. Come on.
After all, right? Small club mentality. Haven't even been in the Premier League the whole entire time. They've only been in the Prem for what, about three seasons now? And before that, what were you? Yo-yo club going up and down, up and down. And like you said, you're needing to boost your stadium. Because you want to be like the big boys. You want to replicate the likes of Arsenal, because success is what gets you those fans. We have money because we have lots of fans. You talk about a 10-year waiting period for your season tickets. Probably Arsenal is about 100 years. I'd probably be dead if I went onto the waiting list before I could even get to a season ticket.
Carry on chatting. It won't be that long, mate.
he's scared. That's why, because he knows.
I'm scared, mate. I've got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, so, better, bigger, and going to have success this season.
Eventually.
So who would you say is the bigger club? Obviously, I mean, I will throw into this. Nottingham Forest have won a couple of European Cups. Does that make them a bigger club than Arsenal, do you think?
Oh, is that with that Derby County manager that they had back in the day?
Glove.
What? Hey?
Yeah, the manager that they made a film about his days at Derby County and Leeds United and stuff. He wasn't that famous enough to have it being made about Nottingham Forest. They had to make it about Leeds United and Derby County.
Okay. Okay. Here's one for you, Mers. Right?
Yeah.
Like where do you live? It's not London, is it?
Yeah. I'm from London. London. Just like I'm from Spain. I'm from Spain as well.
You're from Spain, aren't you? Yeah. No, just a quick question. When you go on holiday and stuff like that,
yeah.
And say you might be talking to somebody, and whereabouts in the UK are you from? You tell them. Do they instinctively go, oh, you must support such and such a person then?
Nah, they instantly know I'm an Arsenal fan because I just ooze Arsenal because that Cockney accent that's coming through and everything.
Whenever I go on holiday, somebody says, "Oh, where in the UK are you from?" I go Nottingham, and they go, Nottingham Forest.
No, they probably go county, don't they?
No. Everyone goes, Nottingham Forest, Brian Clough. Yeah, and that's what they do. Now, if to answer your question, Bushy, in real terms, who's the bigger club? I've got to say, Arsenal are the bigger club. Absolutely, all day long. But they've got nearly a 70,000-seater stadium. They've got more money than they've got sense. Yeah, they just throw money at any old player and hope that it works. Often it works, sometimes it doesn't. They throw it at managers. They throw money at managers.
No, sorry, how many players did you sign a couple of seasons ago when you came back into the Premier League? You talk about throwing money, signing what? 2 squads worth of players isn't throwing money.
We didn't actually. I mean, we took most of them on loan.
But that's still hedging your bets and stuff like that and trying to hope for the best.
Yeah, but that was the season that we came up. That's what all teams do all teams should do when they come up.
Who's got the better stadium between the two?
Well, Arsenal, because at least people will be able to point on a map where the Emirates is. People go, where the hell is the City ground? They probably wouldn't even be able to name Nottingham Forest ground if you asked 100 people. They'd be like, huh? Nottingham Forest? Don't know. Is it Nottingham Forest Stadium? They won't even know what the name of.
Why is the Emirates? Why is the Emirates called Emirates?
because we like to fly Emirates.
So it's
you
a
talk about money.
Sponsor stadium. It's a sellout money stadium. That's what it is. It's a sellout sponsor stadium. It's just
if you want to make money, there's a modern climate.
Commercialized shit that sits in London. That's all it is. Oh, it's in London, so we've got to get a sponsor for it, and we'll have that sponsor, and we'll get the sponsor to sponsor the actual name of the stadium. Why do you have to do that? You have to do that because you have to throw all this money at it because to shy away from the fact that you're a shit club deep down inside. Throw money at it just to make it
winning silverware this season.
Listen, mate, fucking airy fairy doesn't matter. You can throw as much shit, as much glitter at a piece of shit. It's still shit, mate.
So that's why you're getting relegated then.
We ain't getting relegated.
This is what I personally think Forest could win on. So who's got the best intro song to come out to? So Forest has got
Mulligan Tie.
Yeah, and what's Arsenal's?
North London Forever.
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Which one? What are we saying, boys? Who's got the best intro?
Come on. Really? Are we really gonna have this battle? Seriously?
Never even heard of Nottingham Forest one, to be fair.
You've never heard of it? Look it up, Mers. Look it up, mate. Yeah? It'll send chills down your spine, mate. It'll make hair stand on your arms.
To be fair, that's what happens when it's small clubs.
Fans,
never know.
It's amazing.
If I have to put my hat on the line, because I don't think you're going to agree on it, I would say Nottingham Forest is a better to come out to. It does. I think there's only probably Manchester United and probably Liverpool have got better ones. You Never Walk Alone. I mean, that's a classic. It's probably the best, as much as I hate to say it. But yeah, I think I would go with the Forest one. So who generates the most noise at the stadium? So who's got the better fans? I don't mean who's got the most fans. I mean who's got the most passionate fans.
Well, it's going to be Forest. It's going to be Forest. Whatever you say, it does not matter. You go into the Emirates Stadium and you're just in this building that you feel empty in there. There's no love. There's no
soulless. Do you think
that's what it is? There's no soul to the Emirates Stadium. You go into the City Ground and it doesn't matter.
Hybrid? I'll ask both of you this. Did you prefer Hybrid, the old stadium for Arsenal? Or would you
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Hybrid would have been better, but I think a lot of the time it's because older stadiums are probably better for atmosphere in comparison to newer stadiums. So, granted, I'll probably take pity on Forest on that regards and probably
take pity. There's no taking pity, mate. You know that I've just won 2 in a row there.
No, you haven't. I don't think you have. I think on this
on the stadium. I'll call it, mate. I'm calling it a whitewash already.
So moving on to obviously the game's coming at the weekend. So at this point, what I'm going to ask you to do is try and agree on a combined 11. So it will be, what formation do you want to agree on? First of all,
4-3-3.
4-3-3. You happy with that?
Yeah.
So we'll do a 4-3-3. And what we'll do is I'll ask you to pick a Forest player for your position and you to pick an Arsenal player. You'll discuss it between you. If you can't agree, it goes to the judge and I will decide. You get a point for each sort of player. So I'll just put it in my notes so we've got there so we know who's kind of winning. So goalkeepers, guys. Nottingham Forest. Obviously, I think you're going to go with Sells, but are you going to go with Sells?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Matt Sells. Is only, I think he's played 17 games this season. I mean, he had a better season last season. I mean, he had a phenomenal season last season. Things have changed a little bit. Obviously, change of management, change of coaching staff. that may have affected him a little bit with this season, and we've given opportunities to a couple of the other keepers to see how they play, to see how they perform. So I think in general this season, Matt Sells has been a solid between the sticks. Last season, untouchable, simply untouchable. The first goalkeeper, I believe, in history not to be part of the Big Six to get the Golden Glove. You can't take that away from him. At the end of the day, and yeah, Matt Sells is Matt Sells. What a signing! I was unsure when he was first signed, but yeah.
Are you happy to have Matt Sells, or are you going to put a fight
no
guy?
I think if it was just purely about last season, obviously Matt Sells versus David Raya, I think you could definitely put up a good, fair matchup argument between the two of them. But I think you can't, based on including this season, I don't think you can even call it a competition because of the pure fact that he's even admitted Sells has been dropped to test out other goalkeepers. If that is saying he's bad this season,
that's not saying he's bad. That's giving all of our players an opportunity to showcase what they're made of.
But a goalkeeper doesn't need to be rotated in the Premier League because
it's not just on form. It's if you, what we got to think, because if you was a manager now and you could sign your keeper or you could sign the Forest keeper, would you go with your own keeper?
No, you'd sign Raya basically. If you weren't a Forest or an Arsenal manager, let's say, I don't know, you're going to be, let's say Villa had unlimited funds all of a sudden, they could go out and buy any goalkeeper from the league. Raya's going to be at the top there, I would imagine, as the goalkeeper they're going to go for. So it's got to be Raya in the combined 11.
So Phil, are you agreeing with that? Are you going to back down?
No,
it's a load of dross. Go to the judge.
I want it there to the judge because that's a load of dross. Because I still wouldn't buy Raya. If I was Aston Villa and I had all the money in the world, I still wouldn't buy Raya. There's at least two keepers I'd buy above Raya.
So this one for me is a very difficult decision because Phil actually knows I do rate Matt Sells. I do rate Sells. I think he's a cracking goalkeeper. Last season, I think he was head and shoulders above any goalkeeper in the league. The difficulty is obviously Arsenal this season are top of the league. But for me, I don't think it's down to the goalkeeper. I think it's down to he's probably got a much better defence than what Sells has got in front of him. So on that basis, I'm going to go with the Forest goalkeeper Sells on that one. I do believe Sells.
That's disgraceful.
Yes, baby. Thank you, Bush.
Mate, I'm not going to be. I'm just going to be honest. If I were to sign a goalkeeper, I don't really rate the Arsenal lad. I really don't.
I agree with you. I think Raya's got some good defenders in front.
I think that's probably an area if you don't want to.
He was a great goalkeeper and getting like the Golden Glove and stuff when he was at Brentford, right? Raya.
Yeah, I didn't really. I've never been a massive fan. I think it's probably one of your weaker areas.
What's that? Just spitting his dummy out then? Did you just?
That's ludicrous. Because saying Raya's bad because of defence, but yet he was
I'm not saying
when he was at Brentford. What? So you're saying Brentford's defence was on the par with Arsenal? So what?
No, but
I hearing?
This was good. Anyway, moving on. So we're going to go right back now. So we're playing 4-3-3. So who are you going to go with your right back, Phil, for Forest?
I'll let Aina.
And Mers for Arsenal?
It's Timber, and Timber's winning this, hands down.
Phil, can you accept that Tim's was better?
No, I can't. No, I can't at all. So Timber, the thing with Timber is Timber's had a lot more game time. This season, particularly, a lot more game time. Okay, but again, you go back to that season of last season. Okay, and the four defenders that I'm going to talk about today, all four of those defenders that I'm going to talk about today, were pinnacle in where we got last season and pinnacle to how people looked at the defense of teams last season. Yeah. And our back four, for I would say about 80% of the season, were impenetrable.
Okay. Mers, are you willing to back down on Timber? Do you think Aina is better?
I mean, is this going to be the whole argument throughout the evening? Is, let's just go by what last season is. What, are we going to ignore the seasons before last season? Are we going to ignore this season? Are we just, like you saying, he hasn't played? So what? How many games has he played this season?
So the problem that we've had this season is about consistency in leadership. Yeah. So you're coming at me. The reason why I'm going back to last season is because the sheer inconsistency that we've had within the leadership part of our team this season. Yeah. Nothing to do with the players whatsoever, but it's down to the leadership. And at the end of the day, that's what then drives that team out there. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, I've got to go back to the performance based on last season.
Are we ever going to agree on
when we had the consistency?
This has been one of the hardest.
We might agree on some of the midfielders and the forwards, but flatly no on my defence.
What is the most amount of goals you would have conceded in any single game last season? So, like Arsenal last season never conceded more than 2 goals, and that's the same again this season. Did Forest ever concede more than 2 goals? And you're talking about like the quality defense and stuff like that, and.
Yeah, we did, because I think it was one game we lost 7-0, and then the next game we won it 5-0, and then we won 7-0 the following game.
Great quality defenders that they can concede 7 goals in a single match. So your admission is a quality player can concede 7 goals in a single match as a defender.
But that's like saying, a quality striker can go through 7 games without scoring a goal. It fucking happens, mate.
So Aina has played 5 matches.
Because he has been injured.
5. His average rating is 6.32. No goals, no assists.
Timbers has probably never dipped below 7, probably, for his match ratings.
If we go to Timber, let me have a look at Timber.
I don't think Timbers ever had a bad game, frankly.
Well, you're going to say that.
He's played 20 matches, scored 2 goals, he's had 3 assists, and his average rating is 7.34. So I did rate Arna last season, but I am going to have to go, if you're not going to agree, with Timber on this one. I think Timber, if I was signing a player, I mean, the value of Arna is 20 million. The value of Timber is 54 million. So there's a big gap in sort of...
There's that money again. There's that money talking.
Timber's younger as well. He's only 24 years of age. So I would go with Timber. So you've got 1 each at the minute. So we've got Matt Sells in goal, Timber as your fullback. Who's your other fullback? Who are you going with for Forest, Phil?
Nico Williams.
Nico Williams. Mers, who are you going with?
Wait. So let me get this right. You're trying to play a right-sided player now on the left-hand side.
Nico Williams normally plays on the left.
Are you sure about
yes,
that?
I'm sure about that. He plays all the way down the left. He plays just off Callum Hudson-Odoi majority of the time.
Most of the times I've seen him, he's played on the right, but you're the Forest fan, so I have to take your word for that one. For me, I'm going to say Calafiori.
Okay. Can you guys agree who's the better, or
not a fucking chance?
Not a chance. Performances last season were so good that he deserves
Nico Williams is probably Forest's best player at the minute. This season, this single season, he is outstanding as a defender. He's not afraid to get forward. He's not afraid to run back. He's consistent with everything he does. It's very, you're talking about Timber, where Timber doesn't have a bad game. It's hard for me to say that Nico Williams has had a bad game this season.
So Nico Williams is
lose, he's just outstanding.
He's played 21 matches, scoring 1 goal, getting 1 assist, and has an average rating of 7.08, which is quite high to say that he's playing in a struggling team. And Arsenal, let me go into Arsenal's player. So which one is
Fury? I just want to say, with a lot of people talk about Myers Lewis Skelly having a good breakout season last season at left back, and Calafiori has basically kind of shown how good he is by denying Myers Lewis Skelly the opportunity to get back into that team, because Calafiori has been so outstanding at left back. Like, you're talking about getting forward. Like, Calafiori has been getting forward. Like, he's even scored a couple of goals by getting forward.
He's scored 1, so he's played 16 games, scored 1 goal, 2 assists. He has slightly got a higher rating than Nico Williams at 7.28, but he is playing for the top of the league with better players around him. Very tough one. Both good players. Can you agree on one, or is it going to me?
It's going to go to you.
It's going to go to you again, mate.
Purely on this, I think it's very difficult to decide. They both had a good season for the teams. Purely on the fact that Calafiori is playing in a better team, I think Forest are more reliant on Nico Williams to perform than what Arsenal are Calafiori. So I'm going to go with Nico Williams.
Mers was thinking this was going to be a whitewash. Wow. Just took you out, Mers.
I'm just worried that Bushy's going, but look at the rest of the squad. I think you need to think about individual performances more than what's around them.
Mate, that is tight.
Dummy out.
But I think Nico Williams, I honestly believe he is probably one of Nottingham Forest, other than Anderson, is probably their best player, performing wise. I think he's massively improved as well. I think he's getting better and better. I do rate him. And I'm not saying the Arsenal lad's a bad player. I just think Nico Williams offers more to his team than what your player offers to your team. And it's a tight one. But somebody has to get the chop, and it's Calafiori. So next up, we're talking centre backs. So your centre back pairing, 2 for Forest and 2 for Arsenal. So I'll start with Forest.
Murillo and Milenkovic. Need I say more? Serbian giant and the Brazilian wonder kid. I'm sorry. Need I say more? They can. The beauty with, because I know exactly who Mers is going to say, yeah. And the thing is, with his 2, they only perform well together. It's very difficult. They don't bounce off other players. Yet Milenkovic and Murillo, they've spent some of this season apart.
Yeah, but what I'm going to say is,
and they're both
not
solidly.
have. What I am going to say is I didn't even know who Mers has picked yet. But you can't have a combined team with... I think Arsenal have got the best centre-back in the league at the minute in Gabriel.
I'm sorry, I'm going for Murillo and Milenkovic. Yeah. There's no
so
problem.
Who are you going with, Mers?
Right, I'm going with Gabriel and Saliba. His argument of they haven't played with like with other players, that's a complete and utter lie. Like, Gabriel's been injured for a considerable amount of time this season, so Saliba has played with the likes of Mascara and Hincapié, and also Hincapié, the guy that we brought from Leverkusen. Don't act like who. You know who. The guy that's probably going to play against you guys, and you'll probably find out about it this weekend. Then Saliba's also missed some games this season, so Gabriel's played with Mosquera as well. So that whole argument falls flat on its face. Then obviously last season we only conceded 34 goals, so that just speaks volumes about like the centre back duo of Saliba and Gabriel. And even like this season, with the least amount of goals conceded again. So yeah, and even Bushy's saying like, if you're going to have a centre back duo, you're going to have Gabriel and Saliba. So there you go.
Yeah, but you can't.
No,
can't
he said
mix
Gabriel.
them, so
He
you
didn't
can
say Gabriel and Saliba. He said Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you can
so we need
100%
to pick
Gabriel.
two. Are you happy to take Gabriel and keep one of yours? Or are you happy? Or
It's
do you
going
want
to be Gabriel and Saliba. End of like
Okay.
that is going to be those two.
Phil, are you happy with Gabriel and Saliba, or you want
No.
it to go to a
No,
vote?
I mean, if it was good, I'm going to admit Gabriel is a quality defender. So if I'm going to look at it and go, as a defender, I would accept Gabriel, but not both of them.
But now you've got
if I was to drop one of my two, based on it being a defender, I would drop Murillo and keep Milenkovic.
Well, that's funny because Murillo's your better centre back. So
no, so Murillo could easily fit as a defensive midfielder, whereas Milenkovic couldn't. Milenkovic is.
Are we going to agree on this, guys, or is it going to the vote?
So I'd go Gabriel and Milenkovic, mate.
So it's Milenkovic versus Saliba. Rest decision time.
Well, I'd already, so before you guys done this, I'd already put in the teams that I would have picked. So it 100% had Gabriel in it, and it 100% had Milenkovic in it. I think he's a cracking player. Mers, you don't look too impressed, but I'm being honest, mate. I think he is a cracking player.
Is that 3-2?
It currently is 3-2, yeah.
Is that 3-2?
Which I'm shocked at.
It's going to change. Let's face it. When you get the midfield and strikers, it's going to all change. But I'm
so
happy with
we're going to go into midfield now. So your first midfielder, Phil.
Elliot Anderson.
So, Mers, who are you going to put Elliot Anderson up against?
If we're doing it one by one, then I can already eliminate Elliot Anderson. Then he's got nothing else in his cards. So, Elliot Anderson versus Declan Rice, the best midfielder in the Premier League. Go on, then.
We'll do it as a 3 because we're doing 3 midfielders.
Now here's the pity trying to let Elliot Anderson get in there. Oh,
take your Declan Rice and shove it, mate.
Oh, so there you go. So Declan Rice is in.
Midfielders.
No. Take it and shove it.
Anderson, who's your other 2 midfielders?
Based on their performance this season, I'm going to go Elliot Anderson, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I hate to say it, I've got to say it, Morgan Gibbs-White.
Can you let us know what your opinions of Morgan Gibbs-White?
I'm not a fan of Morgan Gibbs-White, and genuinely, I'm not a fan of him. I think
instantly you remove him from the equation.
You're probably going to agree on this one, then. So you're going to probably agree to a Arsenal player.
Probably, yeah.
Arsenal is obviously going Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, Zubamendi. The third one is tricky because of the pure fact that, like, I prefer to go by purely more this season than trying to bring up like last season than anything, because we are in this current season more than anything. Erdegaard's been injured. Eze had kind of been in and out of the team, so hasn't obviously been getting consistent game time. Mikel Merino plays more up forward than in midfield, so I would probably leave it open for someone like Elliot Anderson to take that third slot.
So we're happy with Elliot Anderson. You've agreed on Elliot Anderson's in the team, then, yeah?
Yeah,
he can be in there. Declan Rice has to be 100% in the team.
I will drop Morgan Gibbs-White for Declan Rice, not a problem.
Okay,
but Zubamendi
against Callum Hudson-Odoi.
I mean, two different roles in the team.
Very different roles, but
let's face it, as a holding, you probably would want that Zubamendi in the team, especially with what he's done this season. And I said it in that Liverpool video against GH, like Zubamendi has come into this team and kind of acted as that final piece of the puzzle that has kind of helped us push on to the next level bit and made us look more likely that we could.
Totally different players. So
yeah,
put them against each other is very difficult to say one's better than the other. However, what I'm going to do it on is, does Hudson-Odoi get into the Arsenal team? I'd said no. Does Mendy get into the Forest team? I would say yes. So I'd go with Mendy for that one.
Zubamendi. Yeah.
Just purely on that, because you can't compare them as players because they're totally different. So I can't compare the player. We've just got to compare it as, would each of them get into each other's team? And I think Mendy would get in the Forest team, and I don't think Odoi would get in.
Listen, I got Elliot Anderson in a midfielder position, mate. It's going to be a whitewash.
So the three forwards. This is where it might prove a bit difficult here. So, who are you going with, Phil, and why?
Right. I know Mers is talking about this season. Right. But had this player not been injured, I think he would have had an even better season this season. So I'm going to go with Chris Wood all day long.
Need two more.
Yeah, I know.
You haven't got many strikers.
I haven't got many strikers. Can you use a winger?
You can, but you've already used Morgan Gibbs-White for your midfield.
Yeah,
and you've already mentioned Callum Hudson-Odoi as well.
I'm going to go with Amari Hutchinson based on he's probably, in my eyes, one of the biggest upcoming players of the season. I think he's going to be outshining a lot of people come the end of the season in terms of play. And I'll go for Igor Jesus as well.
Okay.
Just due to his consistency in the squad.
You free for Arsenal?
Free for Arsenal will be Saka. I'm going to say him again, Trossard, and now this one's a kind of I feel like I also want to potentially say Martinelli, but I'm not going to say Martinelli. But I'm going to say Gyökeres. I know the whole side of things of he hasn't scored many goals, but he is working hard. It's just a shame that he isn't scoring goals. And I've got to say, with the Chris Wood situation, you've mentioned it obviously a few times about the change of management this season and stuff like that. There's no guarantees that Wood would have gone on and had a better season this season because of different system scenario.
Hold on a minute though, but Nico Williams has done it, Murillo's done it, Milenkovic has done it, Aina, apart from his injury, has done it. Elliot Anderson's had a better season this season than he did last season, and he had a great season last season. So what's that? That's five that I've just picked straight off the bat. What's saying that Wood wouldn't?
I know he has played some games this season, Wood, and
it was. I think it was maybe 3, maybe 4 at the beginning.
Yeah,
the very
I know it
beginning
wasn't
of
a
the
huge
season.
So
amount.
guys,
But
can you agree on these three players? Is there anybody you're willing to drop to let one of the other one in, or is it all going to the judge?
I would be willing to drop Jesus, probably for Trossard. I rate Trossard. I think he's a good player. And I think he's a stronghold at Arsenal. I think Gyökeres is a giant waste of money and a waste of fucking time. So I can't say anything with him. I think Saka's class, but yeah, I would drop Jesus for Trossard, definitely. But I'm sticking with Wood and I'm sticking with Amari Hutchinson. Based on Amari, I reckon Amari, come the end of this season, beginning of next season, he is going to be the hot topic.
Mers, can you agree on any of that?
Trossard, he's already said about Trossard getting in. Yeah.
Trossard's in. We've got Saka.
I think Saka's got 100% get in because he's kind of like that workhorse on that right hand side. He gets involved in the defending, the attacking, the creation, scoring some goals. You know, like he's great on that right hand side for us. In the middle, I could definitely be open to the whole Gyökeres situation. The one I would have ideally wanted to have said is Havertz, but we haven't seen Havertz in action this season because I feel like
you haven't seen Wood in action this season.
Yeah, but I like I say, I go by this season, and Gyökeres is the one that's been playing this season.
So Gyökeres against Hutchinson, then?
I guess so.
If that's the way we're going, obviously I'd rather it be Woods, but he's not really had the game time this season because of his injury. Yeah. So Trossard, yes.
So we've agreed Trossard, Saka, and now it's between Gyökeres versus Hutchinson.
And Hutchinson.
I'd have to say Gyökeres, to be honest. I think he will come good. I've not overly been impressed with Hutchinson. He's come off the bench a couple of times, played well, but he hasn't got the consistency for me either.
But he started the last 6 games.
Yeah, but he hasn't done much, has he, in them games? What's he done?
He's not scored, no, but he's made the opportunities. I think he's done a few assists.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to go. I'd just have to put it purely down. If I was a manager and I got offered Hutchinson or Gyökeres, I'd take Gyökeres.
Yeah, and what you said there about like Gyökeres getting good, I think that probably is. I think this season's just going to be he looks like a waste of money, and I think next season is probably where you'll probably start to maybe see something out of Gyökeres.
So Arsenal win the battle on that 7. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 7-4. So it was a lot tighter than I thought. To be fair, to say
Mers was mad enough saying, I think it's going to be a whitewash and nice and simple. Better keeper.
I think there's some petty votes in there.
Midfielder.
Petty votes. That's what it was.
No, I mean, the Gyökeres one were quite a close one because he's not having a great season.
I think it would have been tighter.
I just put Havertz in. I would have said Havertz, but
I think it'd have been tighter if Woods had a season the way that he should have a season. I think it would have been tighter.
Yeah, but the thing is, we haven't seen him this season, so it's an hard one, isn't it?
No, exactly.
And the last but not least, who's got the better manager, guys?
Arteta's
we agree
better.
on that.
I mean, Arteta's only been at one club, and we have to judge by what Arteta's done at Arsenal. And what Arteta's done at Arsenal has been pretty impressive as first club, career manager-wise. And let's face it, Sean Dyche is renowned for being small club manager of trying to just keep clubs up, essentially. Not playing great football, at the end of the day, there's the phrase Dyche ball, like non-exciting football, isn't it?
Well,
but who's the more entertaining manager? As a manager, being so animated, and I look at Arteta and he's just like a doll.
Sorry, did you just say Arteta's not animated?
There's nothing with him. He's just like this.
Arteta's probably the most animate manager in the league.
You hear post-match interviews. Yeah, me and Declan Rice shagging each other at the hotel and this, that, and the other. There's no real, passion from Arteta. I think he's winging it.
He's clearly not watched the documentary.
He's having a bit of fun with it because they're paying him a shed load of money. Dyche is trying. Dyche is passionate.
So you're saying Dyche is a better manager than Arteta?
It's a
We are
difficult one.
straight-faced.
It is a difficult one. It's a difficult one.
I'm quite impressed that you've said that with a straight face.
But I'm sticking with my. I'm going to stick with my manager because I stick with my club. Arteta's a good manager, and I'm not going to take that away from Arteta at all. He is a good manager, and all the bravado and everything. At the end of the day, you're top of the league. You're winning well under him as a manager.
Would you say that Arteta is always the bridesmaid, never the bride?
That's my kind of thing. Dyche knows where his limits are. Dyche knows who he is as a person and who he is as a manager and where he sits in the pecking order of managers. Arteta just thinks he's better than he actually is.
Right.
I'm not saying that Arteta's not good, not in the slightest, but he's not up there with the Alex Fergusons, is he? He's not up there with Brian Cloughs. He's not up there with the Pep Guardiolas. It's just Mikel Arteta.
Right. So I'll bring some sensibility to this now. So if Forest had the chance to get a new manager next season and Arteta went for the job, would you take him over Sean Dyche?
I wouldn't take Arteta, no. I wouldn't take Arteta.
You wouldn't take him over Sean Dyche?
I would stick with Sean Dyche this season. This season.
Over Arteta next season.
If tomorrow Marinakis said, right, Dyche, you, based on your next 3 games, if you don't win, we're going to get rid of you, and the one coming in will be Arteta, I wouldn't be happy with that at all.
Really?
Based on its inconsistency. Arteta needs at least 2 seasons, to really gel with his team. Arteta needs time. And, Dyche can step in and make an instant impact, whereas Arteta needs time. Needs time to gel with his team.
Mers, if Arsenal sacked Arteta tomorrow, would you take Sean Dyche?
No. No. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll probably go from being title contenders to like mid-table dross in like no time at all. Like with Dyche at the wheel. So no, I would not take Dyche at the wheel. All right. You want a top caliber manager or a manager that you can trust in a process and a project, and Arteta's been that at the moment. Dyche is not that type of manager.
You don't sound too certain though with that, Mers. You went at the moment.
Well, he's going to win.
You're the king of the bottlers, aren't you? That's what it is. You're king of the bottlers.
Not. We're not. No.
Arteta's been given far too much time.
So surely, Phil, you've got to agree. It's not coming to me, this one, is it? Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to agree. I know you're going to go with Arteta all day long,
yeah,
I'm going to send it to you because I can't.
Okay,
I can't
listen, I'll put it this way: if Manchester United have ended up with Carrick, so I would take Arteta in a heartbeat.
Would you take Dyche over Carrick, mate? Would you take Dyche over Carrick?
Dyche over him, yeah. but if it was a choice between Dyche and Arteta for the Man United manager, I would go with Arteta. Unfortunately. So I'm going to go.
Listen, I got 4 players in the fucking top 11. I'm not bothered, mate. I'm
going to go Arteta.
And I got the better stadium, and I got the better song to come out to. So
on to the game this weekend. The most important thing, I'm wanting your score predictions. So I'll start with you, Phil. Score predictions. Who's going to be important for Forest, and who will Arsenal need to look out for this weekend, and who needs to play well if you're going to have any chance of beating Arsenal?
Okay, so I think it's going to be a 2-1 Forest victory. It's at the City Ground. I just feel as though we've got that behind us. The outstanding players for me and the ones that Arsenal need to watch, going on their current performance, I'm going to go Nico Williams and Callum Hudson-Odoi. They're the ones that you got to watch. Yeah.
So 2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest.
Who's going to get the goals for you? Because you're struggling to score goals. So
two from Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Okay. Mers, you give them a good pasting at home, or are you going to do the same again at the weekend?
I don't think we'll give them a pasting again. I think it was just the circumstances of the time that could probably help create that pasting. I don't think they're going to win. Phil is just purely predicting Forest to win because he backs his boys no matter what. Forest, I don't think are going to score. I think it's going to be a clean sheet for Arsenal. And I think we will score 2 goals. I think Trossard, if Trossard's playing, I think he will score one of them. And I'm going to say... I want to say Saka for the other one, but again, it could be a Declan Rice comes up and score, or it could be another set piece and Gabriel or something like that.
I think if you're going to score, it's going to be from a set piece, genuinely, because I don't think I think Saka and Saka and Rice, I think they're going to get slowed down rapidly by our defense. So I think if it's going to be anything, it's probably going to be Rice from a set piece if you're going to score.
Well. If he's scoring from set piece, then that would be directly from a corner, which would be impressive if that happens. Because he takes the set pieces half the time from the corners.
So what score did you say, Mers, there? Sorry.
I'm going to say 2-0 to Arsenal.
2-0 clean sheet. Get out of there with a win. So just before we wrap it up, where do you think your teams are going to finish? I'll start with Phil, with Forest being the home team. Where do you think Forest aspirations are this season? What do you think will happen in the second half of the season?
My aspirations as a fan, I said early on in the season 7th. I don't think that's going to be feasible. I think 10th would be a good second half to the season, and I'd be happy with 10th.
Do you think they can get 10th?
If they turn their season around, yes. We stop getting injuries and we start playing as a cohesive team like we have been against certain teams, then yes, I think we can get 10th.
And also, what I'm going to ask you on this one, where do you think Arsenal will finish? Not Mers, I'm going to ask you, where do you think Arsenal will finish? Do you think they can win the league, or do you think they will bottle it again?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I think they're going to bottle it again. I think they'll be second.
So you think they'll finish second?
Yeah.
Okay. Mers, ask you the same question. So where do you think Arsenal are going to finish this season? How do you think the second half of the season is going to go, first of all?
I'm going to say we are going to finish first in the table. I think we're going to be champions this year. I think this year is our year. I think City slipping up a couple of times in the past few weeks has kind of helped us out a little bit. I think the problem is with the second half, and I don't want to take out Man City out of the equation just yet, because I know Man City will throw money in the January window. They've already signed Semenyo.
You already had, haven't they? Yeah,
they've already signed Semenyo, and they're probably going to sign some more players. And I think that is what is going to potentially open it up a little bit more. But I think coming first is critical on Gabriel and Rice. As long as those two don't get injured now, for the rest of the season, we'll finish top of the table.
Okay. And where do you think Nottingham Forest will look to finish? Do you think they can stay up? Or do you agree with Phil they can finish 10th?
I don't think they'll finish 10th, Forest. I think they will probably be in the relegation fight. It's a bit of a tricky one at the moment because, to be fair, even if you're looking at the table right now, Forest are on 21 points. If you're talking about 10th, that's 9-point difference with Sunderland right now. But Forest also don't have the best form right now. Last 5 is 4 losses, 1 win. So if you want him to finish 10th, you need to fix that big
And if
time.
you're wanting to finish first, you need to start getting some decent players above Man City, mate. Pipe back down.
We got the squad. I think we got the squad. We don't need to
squad.
sign anybody in January. I think we got the squad perfectly capable of it. But like I said, as long as Gabriel and Rice, who I think are the two most
both of them will get stretched off of the City ground for the weekend.
They're the two most critical players for our squad, basically. But in terms of where I feel like Forest will finish, I mean, let's think about the three below them. Wolves. I think Wolves 100% getting relegated. I think Burnley 100% getting relegated. And I think West Ham have done some business, but that business at the moment is not like going, ooh, do you know what? That isn't
wow
going to stay up.
Yeah.
Wow. No. And I think West Ham probably get relegated.
I think Forest will sign a few as well.
I think Forest will be in that 17th to 15th area, I think.
Okay. So that wraps it up. Can we have a virtual handshake? And like I said, it's going to be a good game, and we'll catch up with both of you after the game. Well, you'll be on Sunday supplement, so and if not, it'll be on a Thursday where we can have the banter and see who came out victorious at the City ground. It'll be an interesting game. It's a big game for both teams for very different reasons. So I'm looking forward to watching it. It's the early kickoff as well, so I will watch the game, and I'm looking forward.
No, it's 5:30, mate. It's 5:30.
Yeah, that's not early.
Yeah, it's 5:30.
Yeah, who's the early one? Who's the early one then?
No, so TNT shows the lunchtime game, but it's not at lunchtime. It's in the evening for some strange reason.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's at 5:30.
Yeah.
I think it's because Arsenal might have asked for it to be moved because of us playing tonight, maybe.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. So it's going to be an intriguing game, and we can see who will come out on top. Yeah. So I look forward to it. Phil, very buoyant. He's very confident for a team that are struggling, which is a surprise, but he backs his team. So
I think it's a turnaround. I think it's the turnaround game this is for us.
You think it's going to be a turnaround?
Yeah.
And if it is a turnaround, that could mean bad news for Arsenal, because I think City are starting to kick into gear now as well. So that is very worrying.
I think if Chelsea beat Arsenal tonight as well, that could be a kick in the teeth.
Yeah. Is that in the cup, that?
Carabao Cup.
Semi-final first leg.
Super. Right. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we will catch you again on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Phil will be the host for Thursday night show. And have you two got a final word to say to your supporters?
Come on, you Reds!
Yeah, Red of Arsenal. Yeah!
Feeling our colour. Can't get your own, can you?
Super. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on Thursday.